It's always bound to be a happy Tuesday indeed, whenever it is that we get to be together right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. And this is why we always say you got to make sure Monday to Friday, 6 to 9 a.m., we wake up together on S3, okay? Right about now, though, I am so excited for us to have a little bit of a show crossover. And I say this because it is within the SABC that we always have all kinds of content, and one of the biggest shows in the whole of Mzansi. Actually, I'm going to say the whole of Southern Africa, honey. I am talking about Skeem Saam. This is where we have been seeing the wedding of the nation, and one where honestly and truly I think that it was done so beautifully. I am talking about us getting into it with one of the actual people who is part of those nuptials. Her name is Amanda Manku, but she plays Lizzy on Skeem Saam, and she's here to tell us all about this wedding that we know we all are so excited about it happening. Amanda, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, gorgeous. Thank you for making time, because I know that you guys are very busy on set and things like that. Love, please tell us, first and foremost, for anybody who has been living under a rock, but also has been living under the person who's living under a rock and doesn't know what Skeem Saam is. What is the series all about?
Skeem Saam is a series that follows the life of 3 boys. That's actually how it started 13 years ago, following 3 boys from boyhood into manhood, right?
Yes.
And right now, though, we navigate through different lifestyles about the life in turf, and just mainly based in turf.
I love that. And I think that it's something that so many people have been able to resonate with. And this is why South Africa loves it so much. I mean, has it been crazy to just see the growth of Skeem Saam over the last couple of years?
It definitely has. It definitely has. And I've been fortunate enough that I joined Skeem Saam in season 2. We are now in season 12.
So you ask Skeem Saam when Amanda?
So I mean, when I joined Skeem Saam, my character Elizabeth was still in high school. She went to varsity. You know, she grew basically with the show because she went to varsity. She studied to be a doctor. She did her housemanship. Now she's a fully fledged doctor. Now she's married.
That's my girl.
So yeah, it's been nice to just kind of see the growth alongside my colleague Clement, who obviously plays my husband.
Yes, and speak to us about that relationship, because I know, you know, that it is a story that we're being told, but I feel like we all have just fallen in love with you guys. How has it been kind of just developing the story with him?
I think it was kind of, it got to a point when it's a bit easier, because they've always just had some love-hate relationship from high school. So it's a storyline that for people who have actually followed Skeem Saam have seen it blossom all the way from high school. They had a love-hate relationship. They didn't want each other. In actual fact, Clement is the one that organized Elizabeth's first boyfriend, because she was just like, oh, I need this girl away from me. And today, you know, you can't keep them apart.
No, you can't, honey.
It's like a fairy tale life story.
Exactly, and that's what I was going to call it, a fairy tale, because I feel like with us just kind of looking at you guys and being like, even me, I want that.
And we've actually gotten a lot of comments, obviously, with the wedding that's happened on Friday from my family side, Elizabeth's family side, and yesterday it was at his side. But a lot of people are saying, are you sure it's just acting? Because it feels and looks like a real wedding. And I think Skeem Saam did very well with this wedding, because it's a traditional wedding. And if anyone knows anything about Limpopo, our weddings are the it.
Come on.
When it comes to Limpopo, we don't compromise when it comes to wedding.
Yes.
The attire will be there.
The food.
The food.
Konke.
Exactly. So we did that checklist as Skeem Saam. Like, I was just like,
I'm proud.
No.
I love it.
We went all out.
And guys, you have so much reason to be proud, because I think you genuinely did such a good job. But speak to us about those scenes, because you know people asking like, is that actually, you know, not real, guys? How was it getting into those intimate scenes and just making sure that you really tell the story?
I think, you know, with just particularly the wedding, we shot it over a period of 4 or 5 days. I can't really recall how it was kind of over a couple of days. And my co-star, we had that. We were in that mood for all the 4 days. And I remember when we shot our first scene where Elizabeth was walking down the aisle, I was nerve-wracking. I felt like this is it. And when he had to say his vows, he was shaking. And he's like, phew, this feels so real. It was so for those 4 days, we literally lived our characters, and we were so in love with each other as Elizabeth and Zamo. And I think that's what resonates, and what comes across. But also, I just think that the whole crew and cast
Yeah.
Everyone felt it. Everyone felt when we were shooting it that this is an actual wedding.
Yeah.
Everyone from wardrobe department have you seen Lizzy's dress?
Babes,
did you see Lizzy's dress?
Who did not see Lizzy's dress? Get out of here.
Like the attire, everything was just on point.
It really was.
Yeah.
And for me, I also know, though, that, of course, we've been talking about all of these things that have been happening. Let's talk about the future.
Yes.
Let's look at when we are talking about Mantuli and Lizzy being under one roof.
Yes.
How do you think it's going to play out? Because I know that, like, you know, the writers tell you guys and everything, but
yes.
for you, how do you think it's going to happen?
I mean, you know what I'm going to do, right?
Okay.
The cameras will probably not see me, like the guys at home are not going to see me, but I'm just going to do a pan, and I'm talking to people behind the cameras, right?
Okay.
And then they'll give me a nod in terms of how much I can,
Okay.
If I can just give you a snippet.
A little. Oh, you're going to ask. Please ask.
Yeah,
okay.
Can I get a nod?
Can I? Yes.
A little bit.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, they're giving me a go ahead, just a little bit. So it's there is gonna be some sort of drama when we get into the double story house. Obviously I'm not gonna get into what type of drama, but we know 6:30 SABC 1 where you guys will be able to tell that it's not just going to be hunky dory.
Yeah.
And I think we're gonna just build on from what the wedding was.
Yes.
And it's gonna go even further. If the wedding was on level 10,
what level are we going to?
we are going to, because we've just established a double story.
Yeah,
right?
Yes.
My husband has
your hubby?
My husband has built a double story for
yes.
his mother. But I, as now the newlywed, I'm going to stay in that house.
Yes.
And the mother has never really liked his Elizabeth. She was not approving of this marriage to begin with. So we are going to touch base, and a lot of people are going to resonate with this one.
I foresee drama, and I love it because Skeem Saam has never ever lacked in that. Babe, congratulations, well done to you guys. It really is amazing to see. And of course, we can catch it up on SABC Plus, right?
Yes,
if we missed it.
Yes, you have missed it. SABC Plus, that's where you can catch it.
Beautiful family. I do tell you, if you did miss it, then dude, you don't want to get left behind. People are talking about it at the prize. You're going to be on your own. Don't do that to yourself. Go and check it out, my love. It is on SABC Plus. But right about now, we're throwing things back all the way to the beautiful Graham and the beautiful Carl.
Woo! Okay. She called me beautiful. What'd she call you?
Oh, beautiful as
yeah,
well.
exactly. But that's such a great
more?
storyline for Skeem Saam, hey? Because it's very relative to the time we're in now, where the in-laws coming over, etc., etc. Woo!
I love the fact that the mother-in-law has been painted as the next villain. It's not always the case, okay? But now we love that kind of storyline.
Yeah.